Hi, welcome to my first video. One of the most common questions that I get from people that I run with is they buy a Forerunner 305 and they want to know how to set it up to best utilize it for their running. I love this watch. I think it has just incredibly changed my running. It's kept my easy days easy, and when I'm supposed to run hard, it makes sure I run hard, and when I race, it makes sure that I negative split. So there are some tricks that I've learned that have helped me a lot, and I'm going to share those with you. The first thing when you get your watch is make sure you charge it, and you'll see in the box there's a guide. You can charge it with your laptop USB, or you can plug it into the wall. The next thing is to set it up for your use. So the first thing you do is you turn it on. Right here is the on button. You have to press that, hold it down, makes that funny little noise. And the next thing it does is look for satellites. Well, since I'm inside, that's virtually impossible. So what I'm going to do is skip this part. I'm going to press the mode. The mode button is right here on the side, right there. And I'm just going to hold that, press that down, and next thing you know, I switch to various modes. The mode that I want is settings. So over here are some arrow buttons. I'm going to scroll down using the arrow button to settings. And when I get to settings, I'm going to hit enter. Okay? And then we'll see general, running, biking, other. I don't use this watch for biking because I have a power tap, but I do use it for running. So I am going to scroll down to general. I'm just going to leave it at general to set up some of these settings. So I have to hit enter. Enter again right there. And when I get to enter, I am going to go to the user profile. So again, using the arrows, scroll down to user profile, hit enter. Okay, and then I get to some things: gender, birth date, weight. These things help you do some calculations. So the first one would be the female. So let's say if you weren't a female, what would you do? First you would hit enter, and it would give you some choices, male or female. Then you would use the arrows to scroll. Well, I don't want to change my settings, so I'm going to leave it on female, and then I would hit enter. Okay, next you would need to change your birth date. Well, how do I get to the next data field? Again, using my arrows, I would scroll down, hit enter. Okay, the first thing it defaults to is the 6. So if you were born in 1977, you would use the arrow, scroll down to 7, hit enter. Okay, and then it would automatically change. Again, you could hit the 7, hit enter. Okay. Then I want to get to the next data field, so I would go up here with my arrows and hit this arrow right here and push, which doesn't work, sorry. Once you have your date set, hit mode, okay, and then use the arrows to move to the next data field. And again, you can change this, hit the arrows to move to the next data field, again, same thing, change it, hit the arrow to move to weight, change that, and you're done. So what I'd like to do though is go back. Let's just go back, and I want to fix the date. So I want to make sure that everyone knows that I'm 42 years old, 41 years old, going to be 42 years old. Hit that, enter. So I'm done. I've set it all up and I want to get out of here. So what do? I hit mode. Then I hit mode again, and then I'm back where that user profile was located. Okay. The next thing that I like to do is I like to change the data fields, so I can use my data fields a little more, give myself a little more information of exactly what I would like. So I use the arrow and I scroll up to data fields, and there I hit enter. So the first data field is main 1. When you get your watch, the data fields are set up as a default of 3. So it says select the number of data fields you want to see on this page, and I hit enter. Well, I didn't want 3 data fields I found over time, because the one data field it was missing for me was my heart rate. So I increased the data fields to 4. So originally it was 3. This is what you'd see. Using the arrows, I increased the data fields to 4. So just for the time being, we'll hit enter. And we'll hit enter again. Okay, so you see 3. So let's increase. I'm going to go back. Main 1. I'm going to increase the data fields till 4. Okay. And there you go. And you can select what data field you want. What I suggest you do is leave the original 3, which gives you the time, which gives you the pace. Now this pace is not a great pace to follow, because when you're outside you find out that it moves this quickly. So you never really know how fast you're running, and we'll get to that when we get to the next data field. It also gives you the total distance you ran, and for me, I really like to be able to access my heart rate and see how my heart rate looks. Okay? So when we're done with that, we hit Mode, and we go to Main 2. We hit Enter. Okay, on this data field, what I like to do is keep 3 things here. And the first thing I do is I set the lap pace. So you can select lap pace. So I'll show you just how easy it is to select data fields. So we hit 4. Okay, there's lap pace if we wanted 4 data fields, and these are pretty much default. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to 3, and there we go. So for this data field, you want lap pace, current lap, lap distance. This will be really important when you see how we set our lap. Okay. The next data field is running. I didn't do anything to change that, and I was done. Okay, now we're going to exit out of this. Sorry about the glare, but it's the best lighting we have. And I'm going to hit Mode, and we're going to go back to hit Mode again. And there's General, Running, Biking, Other. We're going to hit Mode one more time. Okay, and we're on the History screen. We're going to use the arrows, and we're going to go up to Training, and we're going to hit Enter. Okay, and we're going to hit Training Options, again, Enter, and we're going to go down to Auto Lap, and we're going to hit Auto Lap, hit Enter, and we're going to go Auto Lap. We're going to do it by distance, and we're going to set it at 1 mile. Okay, when you're done with that, you're done programming. So you go back to our main screen. We just keep hitting Mode, and eventually we exit out. Now when I run, specifically, I like to use the second screen. And again, when you're running, you can use these arrows to scroll. Why do I like to use the second screen? Because the second screen, I have set my lap pace. And that will tell me what I'm running that specific miles pace at. Now you need to be conscious, because it is satellite technology, that the first 30 seconds to 2 minutes, this will not be entirely correct. It takes a little while for it to come into, to get the miles per minute per mile. Once it does, though, you're pretty much locked in. So, and it's very consistent. It doesn't jump all over the place. I know exactly if I'm supposed to hit an 8:30 pace for that mile, I will hit an 8:30 pace for that mile. And it tells you how far you are into this mile. So this is how what I've used to really narrow my training down and run very specific in terms of pace and what I'm supposed to be doing. Occasionally I will go up, check my heart rate, make sure my heart rate's okay, then I'll go back to this to make sure I'm running at the correct pace. Because of daylight savings time in Indiana, which we hate, it's dark now all the time in the morning. So if you press the on-off button right here, press it once, it'll give you a backlight, and the backlight will stay on. Once you've initiated that, this watch is smart enough that it will make sure if you scroll through different screens while you're running, the backlight will automatically come on. So I love this. It's a great tool. It's improved my running tremendously. I use it in every running event that I attend, and I've tried a lot of different devices, and this is by far the best and easiest to use. So it's my first video. If you see any problems or mistakes or questions, please feel free to drop them as a comment, and I will get back to you. So good luck, happy running, be safe, enjoy, and have fun with your Forerunner. Thank you.